I want to take a line from one of my plays. You know, he said, it is softly you cry the death of a fellow man with caution so that you don't play with your head. You see, don't go and chop. Those boys that have been brought as weaknesses realize, how will I be chopping Panadol over Opewolo headache? How will I be risking going to jail? Like that man, that professor, when he don't go jail, so not be election, not be Cortez.
No.
Now let's move forward. Let me know, kiddies. On that Monday, APC asked that they will be given a 48-hour adjournment so that they can do blah blah blah. The guy talked up. I said, okay. Now the man said, okay. Oga Ferdinand was in front there. Ferdinand Obi. So Wednesday, yesterday, they had also front-loaded that they will bring 28.
Wow, 28 witnesses.
So, you know, APC like Gaga. We're not going to, yeah. But you see,
chairman not go square, chairman, yes. So what do you expect?
I don't want to be libelous against any of them. I can say privately because I know all of them.
Yes.
But decorum will not allow me cast aspersions on anybody's educational qualification. But you don't give what you don't have.
No, at all.
You know, you cannot be analytical when you don't even have the strategic impetus to be analytical. So I understand their shortcomings, and those failures are vagrantly displayed without limitation in their public appearances. You know, Edowe Gragra, Emaridigun.
Oh.
That is what has been. I just look at them and I laugh. First of all, they forget that this is law. A technical, almost bit by bit, bullet pointed process. Where the process is the process. Where the modus is clear. But we also know that before we came, that this is how they are. There is a Latin phrase. It's a vicis pacem para bellum. You know, for you to have peace, prepare for war. So we were prepared. But this time our war was more literal, legal. Our gun was the pen and the capacity of the spoken word. Because that was it. Why their own was just based on the next compassion of the next AK-47. So in doing that, I think what they did was, from day one, let me tell you, you can have all the brilliant lawyers in the world, but a bad case is a bad case.
A bad case.
It's like having the best surgeons on earth trying to save an already dead man. That is where we are. That is what we have. Because the meticulous approach used in intelligence and evidence gathering, as done by Asue and their entire legal team, is going to be a case study in the annals of electoral jurisprudence in Nigeria. Go and mark it. It is a seismic paradigm shift, a turning point, and although people should be proud that we are resetting the judicial button in Nigeria. You see, now today I looked at the headline of Punch. I looked at the headline online of Guardian. And the thing was so clear. The Guardian headline was even so damning that APC APC witnesses. Let me read it out. It's here. It's not even hard. When I looked at it, I said, "Wow, there is nothing God cannot do." According to that, when did they talk? You know, there is nothing God cannot do. APC's own witnesses confess to overvoting at Edo Election Tribunal. These are not Benin people. These are seasoned journalists. They saw what happened. Now, yesterday, the 12th of February. Tomorrow, today is 13. 13 is in the old Greco-Roman pantheon. You know, in Julius Caesar, the 13th of March was declared as the Ides of March, the day of bad luck. So these ones now, they shifted their day forward by 1 month. So the 13th of February for me was the Ides of March. Now, yesterday, my people were there. We were there. So when we got there, it is me, Pedro, along with the Odigwe twins, along with Charles Asemota, Honorable Charles Asemota, who was a senior special assistant to the governor. They drove with me, with one boy they called Chooks, along with our agent at the collating level. His name is Festus Omoigui, who is the Honorable Counselor for the World, where everybody calls him Tanimola. We were the ones that took the result along with Gabros, along with Gabriel Idusere, who was meant to be the agent for the APC. The political leader for the APC in my ward is my elder brother, Lawrence Oka. We all went there. We were doing display on the road because now we win. Everybody knew what was in the results. So I was wondering what Gabriel Idusere was going to say today. Yesterday, sorry. There was no way out because the results were clear. But when they announced their result, we that won in Benin and were jubilating on the streets of New Benin and driving motorcade, doing paron, we can kick out the Baghdad for street. They say now we lose. But yesterday, Gabriel had to attend saying that them lose. Of reckoning. I felt sorry for all of them. So when he was asked the question, maybe at the back of their mind, in what the biologists call medulla oblongata, in the triggering of their memory bank, as they will ask them the question, before I answer this question, that guy go jail last week. I'm not lying. How much people will give me? I take go jail for? If I know you, may I not carry the lead? See, when the woodpecker cut that sticks on his own head, he will carry it. But not maybe governor. Is that that's what I said now. That is the woodpecker. I had to translate to English. The woodpecker. So see, when he gathers sticks on his own head, he will carry it. So at that point in court, it was many teke. The handwritings were on the wall. And every time a witness of theirs comes on board, it's as if a sinking ship is screaming, Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Now they said 28 of them. Do you know what the gallantry is? The counsel for APC stood up yesterday at the end, after they stopped there, for disastrous entry. You know, when Oromila want keep person, when you carry the cola, yeah, we no yene.
Yes.
It was before they'll throw them. They would hope say 3 open so that they will feel it down. But this one, in Nenawa Deru, the whole 4 fell with their face down. It is clear that while everybody was seeing daylight, the APC yesterday were singing their knock Dimitis colloquy. It was knock with the twilight. That is the truth. So why the coming of Asue is the breaking of dawn. It must be preceded by a twilight.
Please, I want us to watch this video because I want our guy Pedro to tell us what happened in court today, how the APC closed their case, and what is the way forward. That's the next question. But before we ask that question, I want us to watch the video of Mr. Jarrett Tenebe, the APC state chairman, addressing press after today's court outing. Watch.
closed our case today because you know that we have very seasoned senior lawyers, and having assessed the evidence of PDP, and they were supposed to call about 150 witnesses. They were only able to call just 19 witnesses. And I'm sure our lawyer believed that instead of helping them in their case, they decided to close their case because the evidence they brought up also as bettered our case. So there was no need to call witnesses. You know, they brought beavers to court and they dumped beavers. They brought documents to court, they dumped all the documents, about 1,000 documents. So like I said earlier on before, I said what PDP did was to bring documents to court and dump. They subpoenaed INEC to bring documents, to bring beavers to dump in court. So that amounted to dumping. So I think this case is looking very, very good. And they've adjourned for final addresses. And I'm sure our seasoned lawyers are already working on that, and they will meet up with the time. Well, I'm a lawyer in equity. You know, I want to use this opportunity too to thank my lecturers in Bayes University, because what they have impacted in me is what you see me dishing out here. So it is a credit to them and credit to God.
Dr. Pedro, sir, are you with us, sir?
I am very with you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can hear you, sir. Sir, this is what the APC guys have been spreading to water down our mild celebration today. Can you explain what he just? Can you break it down? The dumping of, they said he said we brought documents, we dumped documents, we did this, we did that. Can you just break this down?
You see, when you see a man speaking with confidence, you don't need to ask. You can see Jared, you know, he was screaming, looking for words. You know, in philosophy, we call it sophistry. You know, that is, he cooks up the lie. He begins to believe the lie. Then he leaves the lie. He transmits the lie and hopes that the lie takes on a new life of itself for others to also believe in the lie. In one of the Satan's lieutenants, his name is Mephistopheles. What you just heard is the voice of Mephistopheles. What he has just displayed there is flagrant and vagrant ignorance. How can a man be selling ignorance as a tradable commodity? Now, let me tell you how the court works. You can see he now went to his lecturers. I don't need any such affirmation. I don't need to tell anybody I have 2 PhDs. Go type on for Wikipedia, is there. You know, so you don't come there to be talking about self-affirmation, because he's looking for pillars to lay against his lies. And the lies fall flat like a leprous phallus. Let me just say this clearly. In court, if your thing you are submitting is unadmissible, the court will reject what you submit.
Wow.
If it is also something that is evidential, in law, you cannot pass judgment except via evidence, precedence, corroboration. I will explain them. Now, this thing, this knife, then take kill the man. I bring the knife. Now, this dress, the man wear, the stain am, see the blood. I bring the blood. This blood, when they this shirt, so I don't take and go laboratory. They don't do forensic examination. See the test. They say this test, the DNA and the blood group and blood type of the 20 year now the same of this man when we say kill the man. Then you now look for corroboration, because maybe that shirt now, maybe they go take my blood for blood bank, pour for that shirt. So there are reasonable doubts to doubt whether that blood, although now my own, no, if it not be saying now me really be the one when get that blood at that material moment in time. So I need corroborators. Bini call it ose. So we brought 19 ose. Those who witnessed, those who processed, those who were involved in the originating matrix of the evidences we have so far submitted. I still remember the very sterling performance of Ascertain. That day, as the boy they talk, you know, let's forget about it. Now, those 1,004, he said more than 1,000. It's 1,004, yes. Is all the results they changed, along with the real results INEC put up on the beavers, along with the ones that are the certified true copy of the true state of the election as reflected in the IREV, along with all the manuals that state when, how, where, why there must be serialization, registration of sensitive materials, as well as cancellation of areas of overvoting. Then to crown it all, the beavers that were so thus manipulated by their manual handwritten only one man write 18 local government result collation, of which one of them, like my word, did not have the signature of the agent. APC agent was in the original, PDP agent was in the original, Labour Party agent was in the original. PDP presented it and presented it side by side with the one man writing the whole result without even the witness who is now the agent standing. In name not the result when I publish. Meanwhile, I be the agent when he's supposed to submit that. Now we also submit the one when he signed to show say APC lose. Is that what Jared Tenebe is talking about in his surface rendition, like a man who has missed the bus? Hello, we got to wake up and smell the coffee. I feel sorry for them, not for Jared, you know. I understand Jared. Once upon a time, just a year ago, Jared once said that his wristwatch, his Rolex wristwatch was stolen by Philip Schreiber.
Yes.
Today, himself and Philip Schreiber are like, they are junketing from place to place. I never knew whether Jared even had the wristwatch because Philip denied it in the end. Now, I understand. When a man continues in his profile of lying by the gross, lies become an integral part of his DNA. It's like a man who is a drunkard. When he's coming away, when he talks, he don't drink. When he's quiet, he don't drink. That is what Jared is becoming. You know, and I feel sorry for, but it's okay. That is understandable. When you lose the case, when you lose, what you are doing now is like a man who is drowning. He will look for any straw. Don't be there. He will drag you join. You know, you come to court in front of the court premises and you say that the evidences that have been accepted, where we would have had a problem is PDP bring evidence. And the judge say, and the APC say, no, we object, my lord. The other one say, objection, my lord. And then the tribunal say, objection sustained. That evidence is thrown out the window. No matter how authentic that evidence is, the tribunal will never look at it. But to reach a critical judgment, the tribunal must look at all the evidences, because there are 3 judges. So it's like pleading to 3 courts at the same time. That is why he doesn't understand that statute. The court, that statue of justice, Lady Justice, she is blindfolded, without favor. The whole scale, the scale is to measure the merits of the case, which is based on the evidences and the corroborators of the same evidence. So now, PDP Asue Dalogi brings 1,004 documented evidences. and brings 19 persons to verify the veracity of those evidences, including the ICT director of INEC. The INEC who created those 1,004 documents and evidences, they are the principal purveyors of them, could not bring anything forth to defend the travesty and heist, the thievery, the daylight robbery that they committed on the vast majority of the 5.7 plus million persons of Edo descent. Call your corroborators. You could not get one. Meanwhile, there are 4,900 and something polling units in Edo State. In each of the polling units, they have 3 POs.
Yes.
APO 1 and APO 2. That is 3 in almost 5,000. That's 15,000. Then you have ward collation and returning officers. You have local government, and there are 192 wards. You have local government collation and returning officers, 18. Then you have a state ward. You are looking at out of more than 15,000 people, not one was willing to come. And you did not start by telling us you will not bring. You came to court. You front-loaded that we are bringing 6 witnesses tomorrow. You came the next day and said, then they wrote, they never still come. Then the third day, when it was many, take care, see the handwriting on the wall, nobody want go die for another person, voila, you close your case. Not one single corroborator, not evidence. Then APC, Opewolo comes in, he front-load 12. 1 over 12 is failure in any case.
It's failure.
You brought, and you started at 15 minutes past 10, your defense, and ended at 10:45, less than 30 minutes, in defending what Asue has faced you with endlessly for 3 weeks. 2 weeks in Benin, 1 week in Abuja. Hello. And you close your case, hoping that you turn and say, you hail PDP for having brilliant statisticians. Figures don't lie. And then APC now was to not defend their own. In defending their own, APC tells us clearly, without fear or favor, APC tells us clearly that we are bringing 28. And you were supposed to run for the next 2 weeks. And unfortunately, you brought 4. It was like having 4 leprous okbele. It's like having 4 diminutively shrunk parts of a kola nut. Men you brought who are not capable of independent thought, whose take-home pay can take them home, and they can take you nowhere. And they fell like a pack of messed up shard cards. You don't give what you don't have. You didn't have the truth, and you can't manufacture it from nowhere. And you were facing a man who is said to have been celebrated by Forbes as running one of the most successful law businesses in tropical Africa. You think he will be thinking like a career politician, or like you, or like an iron bender, or like a tailor? Look at their leadership. And then he comes there wearing goggles when he wear goggles everywhere, even at night. Dark goggles. You get my point? A man who doesn't think before he talks. And he comes and describes incidented and accepted evidences in a properly constituted court of law as dumping. Now, because he has his core audience who are used to such Mephistophelian sophistry, such gutter, beer parlor, Siloko Road pepper soup talk. if I was a judge and I listened to that, which no, so my court is a dumping ground. Hello. That was even contempt by its very nature.
Yes.
Does it know? You get my point? So this is clear. You now come after four disastrous entries. Now let me tell you where it is not even that they didn't bring. When they ended yesterday, we were in court. The lawyer got up and said, sir, my lord, tomorrow we shall bring forth new documentary evidence, some documents. After the presentation of those documents, we shall continue the arraignment of our witnesses to mount the box. And the court rose. So this morning, we were expecting those documents to be presented. And they got up and said, although we said we were presenting documents yesterday, before we continue with our remaining witnesses today, those documents did not come from Benin.
I
never finish. What even hurts me is the stupendous, because they had no choice. It's like manufacturing a way to get out of a mess. Say, so, sir, is it, my lord? So as not to waste the precious time of the court. The court is not in a hurry.
No.
You have 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
We have to end. We have to close our case now. We shall not afford. Look at it. First, we are going to yes, they say, tomorrow we will come. We will bring you evidence. Then we'll come bring our balanced witnesses. Maybe they can't testify. They break now. You can't say, and those evidence when we say we want bring, they're not come from Benin. So you go expect, say, so can we continue with witness number 5? He said, but also, however, you see, without that document, we not go fit bring our other witnesses. So, but we don't want to waste the time of this court. So
and you have 2 weeks. You have only used 2 days.
Yes. Finally, let me just put it this way, so that as to bring it down to our lay, in case of any layman's understanding. For the sake of all of us, when not be lawyer, when you come court, one person bring 1,004 evidence, say, now you be thief. All the loyalties you bring and come 1,004. Okay, who see how did they steal them and how did they steal them? I bring 19. Then they say, okay, INEC, now you then say thief farm. How you take thief farm? Then they say, no, not be me. Okay, well, bring paper. You not bring. Okay, bring person when go show, say not be you. You not bring one. Then, okay, they say the thief for you. The thief give you. Come prove them. Bring something to show, say they not thief bring you. You not bring one. No one evidence. Okay, person when go come talk for you now, say, okay, we did not still give you. You bring one person. The one person when they bring now, they ask us, say, come, guy. You did, you feel proof, say, okay, will not steal. The last statement is, oh, God, I don't want to lie you. The thief was special. No, I just want to. That is what the guy said. That's why he's saying there is overvoting, and the last thing the guy said was, yes, there was overvoting. They can't come on because okay, APC. Now your motto, now they drive. Come here, come talk. APC, we get 28 people when go prove say our man not thief, and I not thief for us. So okay, bring the first person. Bring the first person. The first person says, I don't know whether they're thief, but the thief from Asue. Who thief is a guy? I don't know, but the thief from Asue. Meanwhile, now 2 people. One say the thief. One they call one thief. The other one say I not be thief. The person when they thief from now. The person when they when be the thief bring. They agree say to shoot the thief from this Asue man. Let's put it this way. The 4 of them that came on yesterday were witnesses of the APC, witnessing that APC ran witnessing that INEC ran an overvoting matrix for the APC. So technically, Asue brought 19 witnesses in favor of his own case. The smartest guy is INEC, not to overstretch their obvious, glaring embarrassment, did not bring one person to accentuate that daylight robbery. Ogbero and the APC, on the other hand, in vagrant gragra, brought in 5 people, 1 for Ogbero and 4 for the APC, who ended up becoming asserting witnesses brought by the APC, but asserting the case as pleaded by the PDP. So what you have is a total of 19 plus 1 plus 4, a total of 24 witnesses, all witnessing that Asue Ighodalo have been robbed. So, not to continue damage, I bring one witness, he say overvoting. I bring another one, he say overvoting. I bring the third one, he say over. The fourth one, my guy, but he went there today and he was presented with the result where he signed. And the one he did not sign, the one he signed that PDP won. The one when he signed, when the APC man signed, the APC witness. That be the one of the 1004 evidence when Jared said they dump. It doesn't matter whether they dump or they did not dump, but we are very sure as this is going down that by the time pronouncement is made and judgment is passed, we know who will be dumped out of Osadebe Avenue. It will definitely not be Asue Ighodalo.